Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Marakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well. Peace and blessings and citation to the hopeful elect, the Bayah, Dawadah, the house of David. Alright, let's go right into it. Let's get right to it. So this right here is an article from the New York Times, right? It says biometric exit quietly expands across U.S. airports, unnerving some, right? Unnerving some, right? So let's go into the word unnerve, right? So unnerve, it means unnerved, unnerving, or unnervous, or unnerves, right? To deprive of courage, strength, or steadiness, to cause to become nervous. So right, so people are becoming nervous about this thing, man. All right, we've been telling you, man, that this is all nothing but steps to the RFID microchip, which is the implantable RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, man. All right, you're just doing this is gradual steps: eye retina scans, facial recognition, fingerprint scans, so on and so forth, man. Surveillance, worldwide surveillance through that, what is that, that Plantier, all right, a Plantier or whatever that is, or Palantir, Salakia. All right, they got all types of working phases and things going on, man. All right, you see, it's only but a amount of time before they make this chip mandatory. All right, the cash is going to be completely super gone away with. Stablecoin is becoming much more higher now, due to the banks. Banks are taking on stablecoin, man. A lot of people don't know that, but a lot of banks are taking. I just looked up, I think, something the other day about Bank of America is taking on stablecoin, man. All right, you see, so a lot of these banks are taking on stablecoin and taking on these the thing that Nero signed in the act, aka Donald Trump, all right, signed in the act, was that Genius Act, all right, which is with that stable coin, man. All right, which is that digital currency, man. All right, you see, so there's a lot of things going on, man. A lot of things going on. So let's go into this here. All right, it says a program in which federal officers take departing international passengers' photos is set to grow, raising privacy concerns. All right, it says Rene Rodriguez accompanied his daughter to Ireland last month as she prepared for a fall semester abroad, as he boarded the flight from Boston Logan International Airport to Shannon Airport. He found two federal officers in the jetway taking photos of passengers with their cell phones. It says it was an ambush, Mr. Rodriguez said. It really caught me by surprise, and I really felt violated in a lot of ways because I didn't get permission. Those officers were part of the expanding federal program called the Biometric Exit. Right, so let's go into the biometric, right? Let's go into there. So it takes you through the biometrics breakthrough, right? How CBP and meeting the mandate in keeping America safe. Oh man, you see, it says I'm just gonna read the handle right here. I'm not going to go into the article, all right, but we're going to go into the word biometrics real quick. It says, one of the CBPs, it says, innovations is the biometrics exit mobile and handheld mobile device that allows officers on a jetway to run travelers' fingerprints through the law enforcement database. Right, because why? You know what that chip is going to, entitle? It's going to have your criminal history record on it. It's going to have your social security number on it. It's going to have your birth certificate on it. All right, your banking system set up on it, man. Your social security number. All these things are going to be entitled or be enhanced to that chip, man. All right, which is a new formal way of tracking. All right, keeping an eye on you. All right, seeing what you up to, checking out your body movement and patterns and things like that, man. Which is ran off by what, a 5G, 6G tower. All these things is gonna come into pass, man. All right, that microchip is gonna come to pass. All right, so let's get up out of here. Let's go back. All right, it says, which involves taking photos of passengers leaving the country and applying facial recognition technology to ensure that travelers match their identification documents. This process is known as a comparison. All right, matter of fact, let's go into the word biometrics real quick. All right, biometric. Okay. Biometric is biometric of relating to or utilizing biometrics of biometry, right? So let's go into the word biometry. So the word biometry, it says a statistical analyst of biological or observations and phenomena. It says a measurement as by the ultrasound of MRI or living tissues or bodily structures. hey, there you go, man. There you go. And that's what that chip is going to be entitled to as well. All right, that RFID microchip. All right, which is the MOTB. All right, let's go back into the article. All right, it says for foreign nationals, all right, the photos can remain in a database for up to 75 years. For U.S. citizens, I ain't even going. Babylon ain't got 75 more years, man. All right. The Babylon don't have 75 more years. We just gonna put it to you straight. All right. Okay. Let's read on. It says for U.S. citizens, the photos are matched to their passports and deleted within 12 hours, according to the Department of Homeland Security. All right. It says on September 15th, the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs approved the proposed rule, clearing the way for the program to expand to all airports, seaports, and land crossings across the country. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Showing you that this thing is international. Understanding when UK had pushed it off, because UK is a part of NATO. So America, obviously, we already know what's going to happen, man. All right? This ain't nothing but the RFID microchip. Really, it pushed from the Most High. This is nothing but a start from really Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Which is going to ultimately end up into that RFID microchip, NFC microchip, man. All right? Okay? That's what it's going to come down to, man. It's coming down to that. All right? It says while the approval formalized the expansion, in reality the program has been growing for years and is now in the dozens of airports and seaports. It is not yet been put in place at most points of entry on land, but the rule would permit that as well, said Daniel P. Tansier, a deputy director of U.S. Customs and Border Protection. All right. It says Mr. Tansier said that the process usually takes place at the airport boarding gate using a camera on a stick brought by the airlines for some smaller foreign airlines, right? So you got facial recognition, Salakia. Facial recognition that goes on, right, in these airports as well, man. As soon as you walk in the airport, they're already scanning your face. All right? They're scanning your face and doing all these things like that. This is nothing but what you call control. All right? Working its way into a form of what you call their new world order. All right? You see? It says It says with cell phones, it says provide officers with cell phones equipped with specific applications to take the photos in place of the machines. All right, and as you've seen with UK has the machines. All right, it says Keith Jeffries, the former federal security director of Los Angeles International Airport, said that because people's appearances can change from time, they take their passport photos. Biometric exit is a way to double check a passenger's identity, but he said that the presence of the federal agents in the jetway seemed strange. It says anytime you have federal agents in a jetway, that is not common, Mr. Jeffrey said. It says today 52% of the departing air travelers are biometrically confirmed, according to Mr. Tensier, since June 2017. Ooh. It says 810 million people have undergone the process as of the month of 5,000 foreign nationals who have overstayed visas have been confirmed using the process, Mr. Tanzania said. Oh man. Let's see, there's gonna be a bunch of people that's gonna fall for that shit, boy. Alright. It says U.S. citizens can opt out and request to be verified manually by showing their passport to the CBP officers or gate agents at the gate and undergo a visual facial comparison. Mr. Rodriguez said that an agent told him that in order to opt out, he would have to wait until others had boarded, which made him fear missing his flight. Right? So they putting you in a situation. You see that? You see the situation that they put you. It's either you get with the program or you don't. That's the situation. You see? But I tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you it good. You take that RFID microchip, and the Most High is gonna get rid of you. All right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna explicate you. All right? Take that chip, and you watch what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gonna do. All right? I'm just giving you the warning, giving you the message. That's all. It says, Mr. Rodriguez. All right. It says, where we at? It says Mr. Rodriguez said that the agent told him in order to opt out, he would have to wait until others had boarded. It said, which made him fear missing his flight. Mr. Tezier stressed that the biometric exit is quick and the goal is not to delay flights or passengers. The reliance on facial recognition concerns privacy experts like Jermaine Scott, a lawyer with an electronic privacy information center and a Washington-based nonprofit. Facial recognition is prone to false positives, and he said practically for people of color and women. He said that the program also risks mission creep, and it says the idea that the photos could be used for more than biometric exit. See? It says the main reason they're using federal facial recognition is because it is easy, he said, and it is very easy to expand its use, and there is no overarching regulations in place to protect us in a meaningful way from its expansion. It says regarding privacy concerns, Mr. Tensier noted that air travelers have long been required to provide photo identification, and passport photos have always been on file with the government. It says the systems in place are secure, he said. And privacy worries unsettled Lori Kavanaugh. It says 72 when an agent took her picture as she boarded a flight from Boston to Shannon this month, and she regretted not asking questions and requesting to opt out. Miss Kavanaugh, it says a U.S. citizen from Connecticut, said that she traveled to Ireland multiple times a year and had not experienced this before. All right, it says, I am mad at myself and I didn't say something, she said, but it didn't seem safe, frankly, to stop to stop and have a conversation. Biometric entry, which usually involves foreign nationals providing photos and fingerprints upon entering the United States, aka Babylon, all right, or the mother of harlots. It says has been in use since January 2004. It says, but biometric exit has taken longer to put in place. Both programs were recommended by the 9/11 Commission report. So they've been had this ready to go. All right. You see, the Most High had things set up ready to go. All right, because this is all really the doing of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yahweh Wa Yahushai. All right. Okay, you give the credit to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is prophecy. All right, a lot of prophecies and things are coming and happening, man. All right. But the main prophecy that really got to happen is that implantable microchip, man. This is just a step to it. This is just a predictive program and getting people settled to it. All right, getting you eased to it. All right, but it's gonna come. It's really gonna come. It's coming. The RFI, where they gonna say, listen here, the cash is no longer good. Cash is done. It's through. We're gonna present you. We're taking this RFID microchip. Now you either got choices to come down here to the hospital. All right. Henceforth, that's why Donald Trump also, or Nero, aka Nero, also set up this thing with the hospital. All right, it was another executive order that he has set up as well. Forgot the order, but it was something of that nature. Okay. It says President Barack Obama explored options for biometric exit, and according to Mr. Tansir, a trial took place in Atlanta in 2016. It says the system gathered momentum after President Trump's 2017 executive order, known as the Muslim ban, which also required DHS to expedite a biometric entry-exit tracking system. The rule approved last week noted that the earlier regulations only allow for biometric exit at 15 airports and seaports. It says in the 5 years since the rule was first proposed, the number of airports have increased to 57 according to the DHS. It says the presence of the federal agents taking photos and confused some travelers, Mr. Rodriguez and Miss Kavanaugh, who both traveled on Air Lingus. It said that they thought the officers they encountered were members of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, but DHS, right? It said they were CBP officers. All right. It says the initial impressions by both travelers spoke to the anxiety rippling through the airports nationwide as they become front lines in the current administration's immigration crackdown. Mr. Rodriguez said that the experience, even in someone born and raised in Connecticut, unnerved him. It says I'm also Latino. See? It says he's an Israelite. It says, but he's an Israelite, more and foremost. It says, I see that they are doing people who look like me, and it can be very intimidating, he said. Mr. Tanzir emphasized that what Mr. Rodriguez experienced is no cause for alarm, practically, as more travelers could start to see similar setups as the program expands. It says it is absolutely normal, absolutely possible that the CBP officer of Team CBP officers may be at your gate using the mobile phones to take photographs. He said it is different than what they have experienced, but it is not certainly anything new or unusual or anything days should be concerned about. All right, so that was just the end of the article. Let's go into some scriptures. All right, let's go into some scriptures. So my first scripture on deck, all right, is Numbers 23 and 19. It says, Yahweh is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. He have said, and shall he not do it? Or he have spoken, and shall he not make it good? Alright? So let's go to the book of Habakkuk, the book of Isaiah, the 55th chapter. Isaiah, the 55th chapter, in the 11th verse. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out my mouth, and it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. All right. So let's go to Proverbs 21 and 4. Let's go to Proverbs 21 and 4. Proverbs 21 and 4. And it says this. It says, no, that's not what I wanted. Proverbs 21 and 1. It says the king's heart, right? His mind is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. There you have it. All right. So let me get Habakkuk. Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, the 3rd verse. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, right? The vision is yet for an appointed time. What is the appointed time? At the end. Right now we in the last days. Right now we in the end of Esau's kingdom. All right. Ultimately, there's scriptures, there's prophecies that got to be fulfilled. The main prophecy that has to be fulfilled is that mark of the beast, man. All right, the MOTB. You see, that's a major prophecy that has to be fulfilled, and it will be fulfilled. All right. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it. Right? Because people are like, oh, well, when it's going to happen? Y'all been talking about this for a long time. You see? Now it's the Most High, not a liar, man. All right? How about Shem Yahshua? He's no liar, man. They're no liars. Okay? The scriptures say, what if some did not, matter of fact, let's go to that. What if some did not believe? Give me the book of Romans. Romans 3 and 3. Let's go there. Romans 3 and 3. Romans 3 and 3. It says, for what if some did not believe? Right? Because during the time, all the times we told people, yo, this is going to happen. It's going to be a cashless society. Things is going to happen. People looking and it ain't going to happen. We living good. We in here. All right? Well, guess what? You about to find out what we've been talking about is true. All right? It says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Yahweh forbid, right? Because it's going to happen. Whether people believe it or whether people don't believe it, it's going to happen because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua going to make it happen. All right? You see? It says, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Woo! Let's go back to that Habakkuk. Let's go back to that Habakkuk, baby. Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. What is the vision? Right? Let's go into this. Let's go into what a vision is. The vision. A vision, right? Vision in the night, vision, an oracle, prophecy, divine communication, vision, the title of a book, prophecy, right? A sight, mentally, i.e., a dream, revelation. Revelation means to reveal, right? And what have we been revealing all these years? About this microchip, the RFID microchip, Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua, we've been revealing it to you. Alright? Okay? Alright? So here we go. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, right? Though it tarry, okay? Wait for it. Because it will surely come and it will not tarry. And what's not going to tarry? This right here. Let's end this video off here with this. Revelation 13 and verse number 16. Matter of fact, let's start at verse number 15. It says, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast. Who had power? Esau, Edom. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Alright? Okay, ultimately his power comes from who? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua on the left hand side. Alright, to bring in prophecy. Why? Because this is what it's about. Prophecy. Alright? Okay? It says this here. It says, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast. That the image of the beast should both speak. Right? How they speak? Through the legislation. Right? Through their laws, their executive orders. That's how they push off everything. Alright? And cause that as many that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse number 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. And that mark is charagma, right? Which is an incision, right? We went over this many a times, man. Charax, all right? Okay? It says in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right? It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom, let him that haveth understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So with that, we'll give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Arakar Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of well, peace and blessings and citation to the hopeful elect, the Bayath, Dawadah, the house of David, Shalom, Baba Ball.